The neighborhood was covered in shadows, lost to time. Hints of its past remained in the crumbling brick and overgrown weeds. Among the rundown houses, one stood out, number 17. It was a Victorian mansion, its once grand front now cracked and weathered. Locals told scary stories. Strange lights flickered at midnight. Weird whispers in strange languages were carried on the wind. Some who dared to go in never came back out. House number 17 was a scary place, a dark spot in the middle of the forgotten neighborhood. Jack, a thrill-seeking content creator, loved the excitement of the unknown. He went after shadows, looking for answers in the dark. When he heard the story of house number 17, he knew he had found his next adventure. He wanted the fear, the strong feeling that would grab his viewers. He packed his camera bag, his heart beating fast with a mix of fear and excitement. This was more than just a video. This was a chance to look into the deepest, darkest unknown. The air got thick and heavy as Jack walked up to house number 17. The rusty iron gate creaked open with a moan. Dust-covered cobwebs stuck to him as he walked inside. The house was like a tomb, stuck in time. Furniture was covered in white sheets, and portraits on the walls had eyes that seemed to follow him. A grandfather clock stood silent, its hands stuck at midnight. He felt a chill go down his back. There was something there, something he couldn't see, watching him. Jack set up his camera, its red light blinking in the heavy darkness. He started filming, his voice a quiet whisper as he described the heavy atmosphere. Suddenly, the camera flickered. Static crackled through the room. On the wall behind him, words started to form in what looked like dust but moved like living shadows. "You are not alone." Jack's heart pounded. He laughed nervously, thinking it was just the house's creepy energy. He should have listened to the warning. It was already too late. He kept going deeper into the house, each creaking step making the silence louder. Then he heard it, footsteps, heavy, loud, echoing from the floor above. They were slow, steady, getting closer. Jack spun around, camera light searching the darkness. Nothing. "Who's there?" he yelled, his voice echoing in the silence. The footsteps stopped. Someone was messing with him, hunting him. A narrow hallway led to a locked wooden door. The air here was colder and smelled like metal. He felt pulled towards it. He picked the lock and stepped inside. The room was empty except for one thing on a dusty table, an old video camera. He picked it up, his fingers touching the cold metal. The camera whirred to life, showing a grainy picture on its small screen. A man, his face twisted in fear, stared back at Jack. The man looked just like him. "If you're watching this," the man on the tape started, his voice a strained whisper. "It's already too late." The house started to shake hard. Dust poured down from the ceiling. The camera in Jack's hand fell to the floor. He looked back at the wall. The writing had changed. This time it was a desperate message. "Run now or you'll be next." Panic grabbed him. He had to get out. He ran through the house, struggling to breathe. Hallways seemed to go on forever, doors slamming shut, trapping him in a scary maze. He finally got to the front door, his hand grabbing the handle. It wouldn't open. He shook it like crazy, but it was no use. He was trapped. He turned, his back against the door, the camera still recording. Silence. The house was quiet. Then everything went dark. Days later, Jack's apartment was found with the door wide open. He was gone. The only thing left of him, his camera, was found on his desk. The video was scary. It showed Jack, his face pale and tired, staring into the camera. "If you're watching this," he whispered, his voice empty, "maybe you're next." The video turned to static. The mystery of house number 17 stayed unsolved. One thing was for sure. Jack had found his answer in the darkness, but it cost him everything. The house had taken another victim. Who would be next?